Good morning, guys. Oh. Hello, hello. I made it onto the subreddit. I made it onto the subreddit. For Gangster posted this in the Discord. I mean, if you think about it, if you think from the perspective of like, I don't know, like a normal person just enjoying this series, and they see this fucking YouTuber making a stupid ass face saying, "Break this bitch's other leg." Okay, buddy, Katsuragi. You know, I probably belong there, dude. That's probably a fucking meme Reddit, huh? I probably belong in Okay, buddy, Katsuragi, dude. Wow. I'm glad that people enjoy my content in the subreddit. And I don't know. Usually I'm kind of scared about people that have to feel to say in the subreddits, because you know it's like not everybody not everybody's a fan of reactions, man. There's a lot of people that don't like anime reactions and think it's cringe. That's why whenever I react to someone's content on YouTube, I'm just glad that they're happy that I'm, you know, watching their content. Even that baseless Upen guy, apparently he watches my videos. I'm like, oh shit, great. But this isn't even my most unhinged thumbnail title, dude. This isn't even it. There's way worse. I'm pretty sure I've actually just straight up said way worse shit before. Ryu's my biggest enemy. Hello, Sky. Hello, Sky. Good news, guys. We have a new anime to start watching. We have a new anime to start watching, guys. Does anybody know what that anime is? Oh god, I need to wake up. I need to wake up. That's right. It's Moonlit, not Moonlight. Got fucking baited. It's not light, it's lit. It's lit, as the kids say. It's fucking lit. Is it actually though? Is it actually though? There's only 12 episodes. We should be able to farm it just like Mob Psycho within the span of within 2 weeks. We should be able to do it. Then season 2 is airing right now. 2 cores, baby. 24 episodes. We got a lot of good shit to farm. I'm really glad it won, actually. Of all the animes, like, I was worried that we would never get a chance to watch this show. I was like, season 2 is also running, so I'm like, fuck, am I ever gonna get a chance to do this? Nah, we do. Wow. I'm not sure what my most unhinged title is. It might be one of the 100 Girlfriend ones. Where I say like 16-year-old boy fills the holes of a 29-year-old mother. I don't know, some shit like that. I mean, what I'm saying is objectively true. I'm not lying to you guys. Like, I just describe what's happening in the anime. Sometime in an exaggerated way. But I'm not lying. Everything I say is true. I never lie. I always exaggerate the truth. I never lie. think 100 Girlfriends will come back next month. I'm not sure actually. Yes, it's from a certain point of view. Yeah, it's called the truth. Everything is true from the truth point of view. I ain't lie. I never lie. I would never spread misinformation. The only time I spread misinformation is when I watch other people spread misinformation. I'm reacting to them spreading misinformation, so it's not my fault, right? I'm just reacting. I love that part about being a reactor. Hello, hello. Hello, Hythamanan. One more day until Code is back, baby. What do I think about the light novel so far? We are now officially almost done. We should be done volume 1 today. I think it was, and it's so far covered. We're not even at the Sakura stuff yet. So we're still in like episode, according to the anime, like 3, 4-ish, right? 3 or 4. This is so packed, full of content, man. Wish the anime covered it like that too. 3 episodes, 7 hours of volume content. Classic. How many pages? How many pages in the volume 1 though? I don't know how many pages it is because I just know the duration of the hours. Because the most recent arc was what, 200 pages in 2 episodes or something like that. Volume 2 is important. Low key, I was thinking about skipping volume 2, but I'm like, nah, I can't do that. I can't do that, man. It's just because of Sakura, I was like, ugh. But then people are like, there's other important shit, so I shouldn't be doing that. Hello, Mr. Martinez. 250 pages, 3 episodes, huh? They really do like cramming like 100-ish pages per episode. That might be the case for the future episodes too. Now, what the fuck did Arisu really do this arc? Nothing. He just didn't do shit again. What the fuck did Arisu do, man? Straight up. She just fucking tripped and talked shit and left. She didn't do shit, dude. Let her cook? If I let her cook, I swear to God, if all this Arisu plotline is actually in season 4 content and she's just saying all this bullshit in the beginning to set this up. You know, like in season 1 where Arisu kind of shows up in the anime but doesn't do anything? And even season 2, she just shows up sometimes and just doesn't do anything. This girl, it just shows up and then doesn't do anything. Then again, they did drop the Arisu ending last episode with all the visuals, so maybe this is announcing that, hey, the queen's gonna cook pretty soon. Just wait. Alright, I'm waiting, dude. I'm fucking waiting. One of the most hated characters replaced in the anime? I have yet to see this girl Arisu do anything yet, so I cannot respect her, dude. I'm still waiting. For anime only, Arisu is very mysterious. Like, she hasn't done anything. She just talks a lot of shit and shows up whenever all the cool kids are around. You know that what? Like, if you think about it, she really does show up when all the cool kids are around, huh? Like, Ryuin shows up out of nowhere to meet up with Aonakoji and gang, right? And maybe Ichino might be around, and then Arisu fucking shows up from the fucking bushes. Like, where the fuck were you and Hashimoto coming out of from? Like that one episode in it's the Dragon Boy episode. Straight up, we're having beef with Ryuin's class. We're just doing our shit, and then Arisu and her gang shows up out of nowhere, uninvited. It's like, hello, okay, what are you doing here? Katsuragi needs more screen time. Bald. 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 It's the classroom of the Katsuragis, man. Isn't the shit in like season 1 episode in the episode where Ayanokochi tells Susan not to pry into her life? That's the episode where Ryuin's also just walking in the rain with an umbrella, right? And Arisu shows up out of nowhere and they just like shit talk, which is hilarious to me. I don't know. I would love to see from the perspective of these other students. Because like I don't we only see from D class's perspective. How did Arisu immediately understand from the beginning what the assignment was? How did everyone understand the points distribution? Why did they all get into A class? I'd love to know stuff like that, but I think that kind of backstory is not gonna be in the light novel, right? Wouldn't it be great to get like a fucking side spin-off series of like, I don't know, fucking Class A's perspective, Class B, Class C's perspective, what they were doing when we were fucking wasting points and fucking buying PSP Vitas and buying fucking clothes like Ike and Yamauchi, man. I would have loved to seen stuff like that. Because like, again, in the anime, I thought that these dudes were already at the school way before we were there, so they already knew the system. I thought that's why we were so fucking caught off guard. And everybody already fucking is fighting like mental games across classes already. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Short stories, some characters. Oh, that's never gonna be in the fucking anime, right? I mean, Ryuin's backstory was so rushed, right? All right, I think Genshin is done today. Honkai Star Rail should be done too, and then we have some more solo leveling videos to watch. I know it says reacting to class and elite videos. It should honestly be called reacting to solo leveling videos. Yeah, it should be. It doesn't really matter. The whole the beta is the light novel content anyways. That doesn't matter. I know that volume 0 is about the White Room, and it's something that I will never read because that's extreme spoiler territory. I will never read volume 0 until they actually adapt it in the anime, because I feel like that information is critical and I should not know that as an anime only. The best volume that no one wants animated because they don't want the studio to fucking butcher it. Sad. You know what they should do? They should make a fucking movie out of volume 0. Personally, I would love an anime season, but like, I don't know. A movie would feel like something as important as that. I feel like should be a movie instead of a couple episodes. All right. I don't need to pull on this. Okay. I think we're done with Star Rail 2. Isn't the light novel like still covering year 2? Yeah, I pulled Chevreuse. I finally got her. She's OP. Alright, come on. Just give me the light cone. Just give me the fucking light cone, asshole. Come on. Come on. Oh, guys, okay, by the way, look. Ah, yes. Ladies and gentlemen. Here it is. Here, I'll show you like need this cam. Full screen off. Yeah. Am I showing anything? You guys see that? You guys see this? Can you read it? Sakurako has sent me a free box along with Tokyo Treat. Bada bing, bada boom. And now I have to make a sponsored video. Bada bing, bada boom. Boom, 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 boom. One of the cool things right now. One of the cool things right now about being a growing content creator, not just on YouTube, but most of these sponsor deals are coming from TikTok actually. YouTube, I'm not really big enough. I had to reach out to Sakurako, their affiliates program, to ask them for, hey, am I allowed to join this? They're like, yeah, sure, go ahead. So we're in, baby. There's like another sponsor thing for how was the Genshin sponsor? Yeah, they still haven't paid me. Nah, it's like 30 days after it's like 30 days after the campaign has ended, which is gonna be in like February that I get paid. And then I'll use those funds to directly feed into my Genshin gambling addiction. Thank you, thank you. It's not really that big a deal as you guys think. Like, I don't make money off of this. The Genshin sponsor, I actually do make a static fee, like a flat fee for making those videos. But so basically, there's what's called affiliate sponsors, right? Affiliate means that basically, like, you know, whenever people do Raid Shadow Legends, use my code, right? Whenever there's a sponsor and there's a code for you guys to use, every purchase you make, I make a commission off of that, right? So there is like no money I make unless there's actual sales. So which is probably not gonna happen. That's not the main part, right? I get some free shit. Hopefully I get to try to plug some content. It's good to reach out to this stuff and get in the hang of these things. The better I can, the first videos are gonna suck, but the better I can like promote brands and shit like that, the better I will be as a, I don't know, just a fucking content creation, fucking money making machine, baby. But we got that going, guys. We got that going. And yes, I made it onto the subreddits. I made it. I made it, guys. Look. Stream from testing everything in the box. So the sponsored part is basically gonna be like a 2-minute video. I basically start the video off by saying, thank you Tokyo Tree for sponsoring this video. I do my regular intro, and right before I go to, you know, right before I go to the reaction portion of the anime, I'll drop like a 2-minute ad, which everyone's gonna skip because no one gives a fuck. Which is kind of like a contradiction, huh? It's like, so the best way to do these ads, it's not to have a fucking designated 2-minute segment for the ads. The best way to do ads like that is to never stop the video running, but to briefly meme about it from here and there. Mr. Beast does this well. If you've seen Mr. Beast's videos, hello Sir Gregor. If you see Mr. Beast's videos, what he does is he does a little ad read, but he never focuses on it immediately. What he does then is he just talks about it, then he goes back to his regular video portion while memeing about the ad here and there, right? Because everybody skips the fucking ad. So that's the way you should be doing it. But unfortunately, these brands and companies, they don't understand how this game works. So they just, you know, I just don't get it. I would pitch to them how to do the ads, but didn't Internet Historian get fucking canceled? Yeah, straight up. Didn't Internet Historian get canceled? Alright, let's look at some videos we gotta watch today. Worth the hype? Oh, more solo leveling videos? You know I'm farming these every day, baby. We got so many solo leveling videos to farm. Alright, I think that we should check out a Chibi video, because this Chibi video is going very viral. Yeah, it's been a while. Solo farming, that's right. That's right, we are farming this shit. Alright, let me get my t-shirt on. Time to get my work uniform on. Yeah, sometimes Chibi's videos just bang, man. His Jujutsu Kaisen videos, not about Jujutsu Kaisen, but more about Mappa and how shitty the work industry is. Yo, those videos fucking went crazy. Ah. All right, the work uniform is on. All right, let's do a volume check.
No? Well, the reason for that... You hear that? No? Well, the reason for that is because this episode of...
I guess the subtitles can't be that big, huh? It just completely covers Chibi's face. Option. Boom.
Soul Leveling silenced the haters from episode...
Silence the haters! The haters are silenced! What are you gonna say now, haters? Are there that bit many haters? There might have been. Alright. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3. YouTube time. Solo Leveling Episode 2 fixes every problem in the series. From Chibi Reviews, let's see what he has to say.
You hear that? No? Well, the reason for that is because this episode of...
Oh, wait. Did you hear that?
that?
Oh, okay, he's asking the haters.
No? Well...
I don't hear no fucking chirping anymore!
Well, the reason for that is because this episode of Soul Leveling silenced the haters from episode 1. Now, to be fair, there is some valid criticism that I have after watching episode 2. But
criticism after episode 2? I thought most of the criticism was from episode 1, where people are saying they did a lot of world building, exposition, and they kind of baited us, but they kind of blue balled us, and the cliffhanger is not enough of a hook to draw the casual normie audience in. Obviously, we are solo leveling enjoyers, so we know what to expect, but you know, for the normies, they might not enjoy it. I thought that was the criticism.
But for the most part, this episode pretty much corrects everything that was pretty much wrong with the first episode's premiere.
Okay, tell me about it.
Soul Leveling. And let's dive headfirst into that, since I know that's going to be, you know, the title. It's going to have probably something to do with the thumbnail. Let's just get right into that. So, why did some people not like Soul Leveling? Why did people even hate the first episode of Soul?
Two things. I think first thing is people always will hate whatever's popular just to get a controversial opinion out there for negative engagement, because if you say some controversial shit, if you say some hot takes, either intentionally or unintentionally, usually intentionally, it's just a negative engagement farm, right? It's like, fuck your favorite show, and everybody's like, what do you fucking mean, right? The other part is the actual valid criticism, which is the structuring of episode 1. The contents of it was fair, but did it warrant the hook for one of the best or the most anticipated animes, you know, for this year and moving forward? No, but it was technically a 1 hour early premiere that got separated into 2 separate episodes, so it's not really its fault.
Soul Leveling, and why am I saying that episode 2 has corrected the fundamental issues that episode 1 had? Well, it all comes down to the premiere, the showcasing of what Soul Leveling has to offer. And we gotta look at, you know, its original form, aka, like, you know, the webcomic, or technically its original form would be the light novel, but we're looking at the webcomic, okay? Just bear with me for a second. But basically, if we look at the original form, the webcomic, and then we look at, you know, how this first episode and second episode was, it's very clear which technically would be better, what people's expectations would be. And in this case, when you sit down and, you know, you read Soul Leveling like the webcomic, you probably are going to read the first few chapters, and you're going to get to this iconic scene at the end of the episode where our main character is pretty much left alone in this dungeon, and, you know, the ending sequence of the chapter basically says, you know, do you want to continue? You know, your heart will stop if you do not click yes. It's a...
Do you want to be a player? Right? I think that is significant. What does that imply? A game menu shows up and says, do you want to be a player? Quest, Courage of the Week completed. This is a game. This world is suddenly a game. We know that it's about portals opening, monsters showing up, humans somehow awaken with powers at the same time. This is life to them. This is just their real life. But according to this game UI, we're like living in a fucking simulation and this is a game and we become a player. That's kind of interesting, right?
Legitimately crazy scene that happens here, and it caught everybody by surprise for the first time they ever read this series if they were not spoiled. And so as a reader, it was just quite a shocking moment. It was quite a shocking beginning to the story. And so when you factor in those emotions with, this anime, it makes a lot of sense why people didn't like episode 1 as much as they did. And I think this fundamentally comes down to the runtime. And hear me out. Think about, last year, just some of the anime that really just blew it out of the park in terms of just their premiere.
Frieren, 4 episodes back to back to back to back. And then he's gonna compare that with Solo Leveling, which didn't do a back-to-back, thus, the complaints, right?
Oshinoko is a very good example.
Okay, 1 hour premiere.
They had, hour-long premieres that gave enough context and just world-building and character.
Yeah, imagine Oshinoko didn't have the twist in the episode 1, right? Imagine they just did, 40 minutes of build-up, and, nothing happened, People will be like, what the fuck is this show? What are we watching? Yeah, if they didn't include that, it just kind of falls flat on its face.
To know what you're getting into. I'm willing to bet you, Oshinoko and Frieren wouldn't have been such a smash hit as they were last year if it wasn't for the premieres being as long as they were.
I agree. I absolutely agree. I think a lot of people, not just because of the structure of the episodes where you cram in 4 episodes of Frieren immediately to get rid of you're not getting rid of it, but you're getting a jump start to cover not really the most exciting moments, that by episode 5, which would be technically episode 2, next week, they start fucking dropping Stark and the Dragon and all this crazy shit, right? Oshinoko too, right? The whole 1 hour premiere lets the perfect build up towards the plot twist at the end, which I won't spoil, but I did try, right? And I think people just fundamentally love this hour-long, fucking 2-hour-long movie release episode 1 premiere. It just gets everybody really hyped up going into the new anime community season, in my opinion.
Oshinoko had a premiere, spoilers by the way, that went literally all the way up until chapter 10 where I died, which was a huge moment that really cemented
Spoilers by the way, describes the chapter title. Where I died. Okay.
What you're about to get into for the story of Oshinoko, and then spoilers for Frieren. You have a situation where, you get the whole context of what Frieren lost, the party she journeyed with, and the conclusion of it, and, kind of where it stopped at with Fern and all that, and meeting her, and them traveling together. It was a nice, a presentation to the whole world and characters of Frieren. And I feel like, those hour-long premieres really served a huge purpose of getting people into the story. And so, we fast forward to this episode, or Solo Leveling's anime in general, and I feel like a lot of people that were, thinking about how episode 1 would be, would legitimately, think that the first episode would end around here. For instance, the first episode would end exactly where, our main character is just straight up getting butchered and
then the menu shows up.
And then, you're like, what's about to happen? And then, this notification pops up.
That should be the end.
This is what people wanted the first episode to end at. Now, to be fair, if the first episode would have covered all this content within a 20-minute runtime, it would have been rushed. It would have been...
Nobody's asking for that. We just wanted an hour-long premiere, which they did in the early premiere, right? Because they did have an early access premiere for all the VIPs and important people, and then they gave us the plebs, 2 separated episodes later, right?
Completely a mess, and people would have hated the first episode even more than they already did. Because a lot of people felt the first episode, I'm going to be blunt here, boring. I noticed that.
First episode boring? Yeah? If you think from the perspective of a normie, just a casual person thinking, oh, new hype anime, Solo Leveling, everyone's talking about it. Then you fucking walk into an episode where half the time they're just talking about the fucking, oh, you kill this monster and the monster drops this crystal. But actually there's 2 type of crystals. One crystal is actually $80 from the E-rank dungeon and it can get you, fucking money and food. And the other one's for sustainable energy. It's no one gives a shit about that. No one gives a fuck about that. Well, some people care about that because it's important for world building. I'm just telling you from the perspective of the average normie watching this shit expecting hype, just episode 1, it's kind of just an exposition lore dump, and then it just kind of sets up everything. There is not really this exciting moment that you're hoping for, which is technically in the first portion of the intro where you're seeing 3 years ago on Jeju Island against the ants and the S-rank hunters, right? That's kind of hype. But then the rest of it is just just exposition, just intro, lore dump. So I don't expect people to say that, oh, it was the best thing I've watched. I agree. It should feel boring.
When I was reading the comments on, my video I made last week to looking at social media, a lot of people labeled Soul Leveling Episode 1 just extremely boring, nothing interesting. They were just completely disappointed with, what it actually had.
I wouldn't say nothing interesting. No, there's a lot of interesting things happening. It's just that it's not interesting to them. They don't give a shit about the world building or any of the other shit that they're laying out. If you look at the things that they're decorating and telling us, I think it's very interesting. It's just not really hype, right?
Had to offer. And I think the reason for that is because it obviously didn't have the content that people really know Soul Leveling for. So, what I'm saying is that I feel like Soul Leveling would have been a smash hit, at least right out the gate, if it would have had this episode and the first episode combined into one.
Agreed.
So obviously, we don't really know what's going on behind the scenes. We know that Soul Leveling, unofficially, technically, was pushed back and delayed quite a bit last year. We know this. It should have aired early last year, but we know the reason for that. There was a lot of production issues going on, and clearly, thanks to all the delays, Soul Leveling looks as good as it does because of those delays. I mean, legitimately, you can't really deny just the quality of how good, this episode and the previous episode looks.
You know what this means for my ReZero fans? Now, officially, ReZero isn't delayed by, they didn't confirm it, but with the new anime Yojo Senki or something that's covering like 37 episodes by the same studio, White Fox or something, that should be making ReZero right now. I mean, maybe they're cooking up ReZero for something special, man, in the future.
But, I mean, the point of the matter is that I feel like if this would have been an hour-long premiere, like a 50-minute, 40-minute premiere, nobody would have complained about Soul Leveling's anime. People would have probably said that this was the best anime of the season right out the gate, and no complaints would have probably been had, besides those that just don't like Soul Leveling to begin with. So, yeah, I wanted to talk about that because I feel like, Episode 2 really presents, more to the story. It gives more about the character, or MC here, to what to expect from these dungeons and the worlds and what happens and why these dungeons need to be cleared. We find out if, these dungeons are not cleared,
monsters come out.
Break out of the rift gates and just come into the world. And, for instance, you have this creature, this statue that you see throughout this episode that is absolutely frightening. And imagine how, scary this thing is if it was able to get out of the dungeon and start.
Yeah, this is straight up Attack on Titan. This thing is taller than the Colossal Titan. But a part of me, honestly, if I was put into this dungeon, it's not the world's fault for doing this, but if I was put in that position, I was betrayed like that, I'd be like, fuck him. Fuck him. I hope this guy goes out and stomps on everybody else. Feel my fucking despair too.
Start fighting. So that was the true terror of what was going on within this episode.
You're gonna release them outside the world if you were to die? I mean... kind of true. I kind of would have that feeling too. I'd be like, fuck them, dude. You fucked me. Fuck them too, dude.
So what was revealed is that, there's gonna have to be a team that is able to defeat this. If not, well, it's GG, so to speak. So I really, really appreciate what this episode does for the series. Now, once again, this is coming from me as a original source reader. I have read a little bit of the light novel. I have read all of the webcomic, and it's a good series. Legitimately a really good series. And I feel like, the way the anime is being presented, now after seeing episode 2, this is everything I wanted, known, and loved from the original, and I'm glad to see it adapted to such a high quality.
Okay.
This smile is so iconic. I love seeing it finally animated.
Yes, this smile, I think everyone's been spoiled of this, right? Everybody's been spoiled of this. But if you look at the webtoon art versus the anime art, it's not fair to compare the two. It's like the same thing as comparing One Punch Man manga and the anime. There's an insider meme, right? The community meme is that the One Punch Man manga is better animated than the anime itself, which is a ridiculous statement because how the fuck can a drawing be better animated? But it kind of is because the drawing is just so much more detailed, so much better. The anime, it's good, but you should check out the webtoon version, man.
For the first time, it's amazing. Seriously, the angle and the way the expression is, it's perfection.
Subarashi.
Now, anyways, let's get into the actual animation and, how the opening and ending is as well. So the opening and ending...
People like the ending more than the opening. And I was shocked by this. I thought that people would love the opening more because I don't know, they've been kind of teasing the whole K-pop, fucking what you gonna get solo, and then the whole fucking rap solo thing too. The chorus, it hits. But people are like, nah, that shit trash. I love the ending more. The visuals are better. I'm sorry, people say the visuals for the opening is better, but they said the overall song, the music composition, whatever, for the ending is better. I'm like, huh, really? Shit, I guess I have the wrong opinion.
For this anime is, oh my goodness. Okay, visually speaking,
Yeah.
stunning. Oh my god, like, I really like the visuals, and I think there's really next to no
I couldn't even fucking look at the visuals because it spoils so much, dude. Straight up, the opening reaction was me just looking into the chat, just spamming fucking emotes because the visuals, what's on screen, it's just complete spoilers, right?
complaints in terms of visual department for this opening. It is just, yeah. Apparently, the visuals for the opening was done by a Korean studio,
Okay.
which I feel is perfect because FYI,
It's a Korean
this is
series,
a
you know?
webcomic from Korea, so
And
the fact that you
K-pop too, right? TXT or some shit, right?
have like a studio, an animation studio that works, I believe, on games as well, that did this opening for Soul Leveling, it really falls in line with the art style. Like, when you look at the way the characters move within this opening,
No, I did not look.
it
I did
really
not
does
look in.
look like the webcomic come to life, and I appreciate that. I love how this was outsourced to them. I know some might have issues with that, but I think in the end, it keeps the integrity of Soul Leveling's actual art style intact.
That's right. Only Koreans are allowed to touch this shit.
Now,
Just
in
kidding.
terms of song, I like the song. I don't know if it's going to be my favorite song, but I'll have to listen to it a few more times. But
I think the nature of the whole K-pop thing might have thrown some people off in the opening compared to the ending, which is a traditional Japanese anime style ending, right? So I'm just trying to think of reasons as to why people are saying the ending is better than the opening. If you really think about the opening, though, when I listen to it, the visuals are stunning, but only the chorus and like the rap solo is good. Everything around it that kind of like builds up to it is a little shaky, while the ending from the beginning is just solid. So I think that's some comparisons I can make.
I do like the opening song. Now, ending-wise, okay, visually great. Maybe
Yeah.
not as, like, noticeably visually great as the opening, but
Everyone
the
says-
ending, oh
Everyone says that if you look at the ending visuals and read the lyrics, it pretty much tells you the plot of this show. And I'm like, huh, well, fuck, I better not read the lyrics then, huh?
my god, like, the song is definitely way better, in my personal opinion.
See, this is the popular opinion. The song is way better from the ending than the opening, which I was shocked by. I thought people would be hyped as fuck on the opening, but nah. Ending is better, apparently.
Than the endings or the opening song. I get this
Okay.
like very like backroomy type feel when I watch this ending song, and
I thought it was straight out of a fucking old boy reference, right? Like, you're stuck in a fucking little hotel room and you're looking at one fucking CRT TV for the rest of your life while there's this master that has a bunch of monitors looking at all the different people that's stuck in this like hotel-like room. I'm not sure if you've seen the movie, but you know what I'm talking about.
if you don't know what the backrooms are, really, what you doing? You know, go look at internet, culture right now. I mean, it's been the talk of the town for a while now. But anyways, I get a backrooms type vibe from just this ending song, and it makes a lot of sense because it's like this is dungeons that are like randomly generated or whatever. Basically, you don't know what's really inside
Portals,
of them,
yeah.
different monsters, and that's kind of like a little bit of essence what the backrooms are. And technically, our main character has kind of fallen into the backrooms, so to speak, because it's like it was a completely new section of the dungeon nobody knew about, and then it's like creatures they've never seen before that could potentially be S-class tier monsters or even higher maybe. But the point of the matter is that it fits in line with that theme, and I love this ending song. It's a very backrooms feeling. It's the exact vibe I get, and I hope I am not the only one that actually felt that after watching this ending song. Now, with all that being said, let's talk about the story.
Okay.
So, the episode in terms of story content is very basic. It's very straight to the point and all that, and I don't
survive.
think anyone with a, high IQ, you need a high IQ to watch this episode, okay? I feel like anyone's going to be able to understand what's going on. Basically, it's about a
Just survive. That's pretty much it. Don't let the statue stomp on you.
group of people that got in over their head. They're in a like survival game situation, so to speak, the last man standing who can live, etc. And
Yeah.
how can they survive? Selfishness, selflessness, all on full display. And eventually, our main character pays the blood price and pretty much dies
Literally.
at the end because he was very, very selfless, even though he wanted to be selfish. And it's a very interesting episode. Character
And at the very end, the whole selfish, selfless thing, Jinwoo's mask kind of comes off, right? No more Mr. Nice Guy. He's like, fuck that guy. You have a family? I have a family too. Something about that moment felt so fucking real in me, man. It's like, damn. And he's like, the selfish people always gets to live. The selfish survive. And the selfless are the one that are used as scapegoats. And that is exactly what happened here, man. And everyone else are just thinking for themselves, and you can't even blame them. I loved how real and authentic that was, and you can't even blame everyone running out, because if you're in a situation, I guarantee you would not be a hero. You'd be doing the same shit.
Driven episode showing what humans would do when they're backed up against the wall, when they have no option. You know,
that was the best part.
Save themselves over anyone else.
Yep.
And how some would even sacrifice themselves to save others. It's a nice little mind game and introduction to some of these dungeons. For instance, how these dungeons can be in the future. That they're not always going to be cookie cutter or straightforward about, oh, you must kill a boss. There's clearly going to be a lot more to it than just that. It's a nice introduction to the world and the dungeon system and how our MC is as a character as well. So, I mean, it's a great episode. But story-wise, nothing too complicated. It is very straight to the point. So, besides all of that, though, great episode. I truly think that any problems people theoretically had from the first episode are going to be corrected with episode 2.
What the fuck is this thumbnail, dude? Look at this Frieden thumbnail right now, dude. What the fuck, Farron? But, guys, please go sub to Chibi's channel. Like this video if you did. I totally agree. I think episode 2 definitely clears any suspicions from the audience that are, you know, they're saying that soul leveling's mid. Episode 1, what the fuck was that, you know? It's like, we were expecting something great. I think if you've seen episode 2, if you actually took your time to watch it, there's no way you can say that this shit is mid. Episode 2 should have had you fucking at the edge of your seats. Just the anticipation, the excitement, the suspense of what's gonna happen while everyone is betraying Sung Jin-woo. And the fucking game menu opens up. Ooh, it's time to level, boys. Next episode, it's time to level. Now, I think it should be time almost to start the Classroom of the Elite light novel reading. But there's also only a little bit of content left. And I was thinking that we might watch some Satisfy videos before getting into it. Because, you know, fucking it's been a while since we've done that, and we're actually caught up to, I mean, we're actually caught up. We're just caught up. So maybe God damn, that's bright. Okay, sorry. Organizing some stuff here. Guys. Ooh. Maybe we get the Satisfy content out, huh? There's a lot of solo leveling videos I need to farm still, but we can do like one a day. Satisfy. Mista, Satisfy. Is he still dead? Yes, he is. Maybe he'll come back one day. We're on volume 1, right? Yes, we are. And we finished just like the first chapter too. So the next one is chapter 3 to 4. We finished chapter 9 and we're like here. Like 9. I think we finished 9. I think we're on like chapter 10 right now. I'm not really sure. But
things like meeting
I think we can do chapter starting from 3. Yeah. We can do chapter 3. Yeah, we can.
teachers, course to their first day of class. It was typical. Things like meeting
Okay.
teachers were excited and took a look at his new room. Fast forward to their first marked the beginning of a new life, and he couldn't be more excited.
Horny Koji is excited for his new life at school. What a fucking nerd. Get a life, Koji. I'm just kidding. Second, guys. Setting stuff up here. Setting stuff here. Drop this over here. Bada bing, bada boom. Up here. Alright, good. Subtitles on. I think we're ready. Right? I think we are ready with the I think this could, huh? Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Blah 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 blah. Okay. Okay. 3, 2, 1. It's time for more satisfied reactions. And before we start this, every time I make a Class of the Elite video, you monkeys come in, you're crying. Why are you reacting to this? It's in a stage fight. No, please read unknown readers. To shut the fuck up. The reason I'm reading the light novel is so when I react to this, I can actually give you more input. The content will be better if I understand even more than just the anime. So by me doing extra work to provide you better content, I have you crybabies crying in every fucking video. Please react, shut the fuck up. Let me do my thing and enjoy the fucking content. We have chapter 3 I think we're going to react to. Maybe even chapter 4. Let's begin.
Fast forward to their first day of class, it was typical. Things like meeting teachers, course curriculums, and most importantly, people slacking off in class. But Ayanokoji struggled to make a single friend, and what's worse, Horikita made it a habit to taunt him for it. When Ayanokoji asked why
it's like, how could you taunt me for having no friends when you have no friends yourself? But Suzune is like, she takes pride in that, right?
She wasn't bothered by her lack of friendship. She flat out told him she doesn't need any friends. It was a minute before lunch and
isolation for independence. And now we have Yamagata here with EK's PSP Vita. How many points, right? This is Yamagata bought that. I think like 20 or 30,000 points that he tries to fucking sell afterwards because he realizes he's so broke. And here's the professor, the weeb professor here.
Students already started leaving. Hirata announced that anyone was free to join him. This was it. Our tragic hero's
the most
first
popular
chance
students.
But before he could accept, a group of...
This is the crazy thing. Hirata is like the coolest, hottest guy at school. And in the anime, it's kind of true. And oh, one thing right here I just noticed. You can see Koenji's feet on the table. You can't see Koenji here, but I definitely noticed whoever this cocky motherfucker is. But like, I didn't really think about how jealous Ayanokoji was of Hirata. Because in the light novel, Hirata is surrounded by women. Specifically Kei right over here, right? And he's like, damn, this guy's killing it. He's got all the bitches. I wish I could be friends with them and eating stuff with him like that too. But in the anime, I've never thought that Koji would have had this opinion because the anime Koji is so cold, just robotic, just perfect. But in the light novel, he feels a lot more human.
Group of girls whisked Hirata away. Defeated, Ayanokoji was about to leave, but he was approached by none other than Kushida. Ayanokoji was dazzled by her. And the fact that she even remembered his name. She had straight dyed hair and a skirt that was as short as the school would allow.
What is this detail? Who was narrating the light now? Oh, the skirt was specifically the minimum length that the school allowed.
Kushida was interested in Horikita and asked Ayanokoji what type of person she was. But our protagonist, not really knowing much about Horikita, couldn't help her out. And as to why Kushida wanted the info, well, she wanted to be friends with everyone,
past.
And that included Horikita. With nothing to be gained, Kushida left and Ayanokoji went to check the cafeteria.
She lying. From the beginning, she was already so intent on trying to close in on Harukita Suzune because she knows of her drama just a little bit. Not all the detail, but she knows something.
He peeked in, but the selection wasn't impressive, so he decided to hit up the convenience store for some bread. He sat at his desk and was soon joined by Horikita. Before Ayanokoji could dig in, the speakers announced a club fair at the gym.
Two fucking loners here eating konbeni food by themselves.
Koji asked Horikita to join him and she agreed. Not because she wanted to help him out, but the idea of him failing miserably to make friends brought her great delight. So they made their way to the club fair.
She's such a dick, and I think we're about to get a Manabu scene right here, right? Yo, if this is a Manabu speech scene, I'm gonna continue.
And it was packed with freshmen. All the clubs looked like they functioned at a high level with the best equipment available. Any club as a newcomer seemed intimidating. Soon, the crowd was silenced.
Tachibana!
Remarks from the student council secretary, Tachibana. She was followed by reps.
Is she actually, like, important? Tachibana? Well, when I say important, I mean, like, can she carry herself? Because what I'm seeing in the anime is that she's fucking useless. She just gets admonished by Manabu in like season 1 and 2 and saying, "Shut the fuck up, bitch. Did I say you could talk? I'm trying to offer Anakoji here a position in the student council." In season 3, now it's like she just dragged. She's like, wouldn't it be better for Manabu if she actually got expelled? Because like we have to carry her ass. So like if she got expelled, isn't like Nagumo doing us a favor by like getting rid of the dead weight so Manabu can just focus? I don't know, man.
Marketing their clubs. Horikita was having a blast teasing Ayanokoji, and he started to regret bringing her along. But suddenly Horikita got tense. Only one boy was left on stage.
Oh,
he was about
shit.
5'9", with slender black hair and a
5'9", baby. That's pretty tall in Japan, right? This is a fucking epic scene in the light novel because everyone in the audience was fucking around. He was already on the stage and everyone was fucking around, just yap. Manabu doesn't say anything. He just stands there, just looking down and posing, and people start to realize like, oh fuck. And then everybody just silence, cold, and without doing a single thing, Manabu cast this fucking Conqueror's Hockey over everyone and no one can speak. They feel like they're getting choked by the fucking pressure from this guy. And then Manabu just says like 2 lines and leaves.
Piercing gaze. He seemed a bit awkward at first, and the freshman teased him mercilessly. But with a single gaze, the boy was able to make the entire crowd come to a screeching halt.
That's right.
Not a single word needed.
The pressure,
Almost
dude.
As if every student was frozen in place. His aura was unmatched.
His aura. Fucking high school student, probably like 16, 17 years old, 5'9", pinner ass bitch. What fucking aura? I'm kidding. But like, you know, this show is like, it's like Classroom of the Elite. You don't have battle elements in it. Well, there are some fight scenes, but it's not about fight scenes. It's not an anime where you can say just kill this other person, right? So like when you talk about like aura, you know, when you talk about like the presence, it's just so funny to me. These are the dramatic things about Classy the Elite that you can meme about so much. I love it.
He introduced himself as Student Council President Horikita Manabu. This set off alarm bells for Ayanokoji, and he glanced immediately at Horikita. He wondered.
Yeah.
And with everyone glued in place, the fair ended. But Horikita was still stunned, and Ayanokoji worried, asking her what was going on, but got no response.
Big bro complex.
Surprisingly, Pseudo approached him with Ike and Yamauchi.
Ike has no business looking this good in the light novel. Like, Ike actually looks fucking hard. In the anime, he just looks like a fucking idiot. But something about it... Look at this. Another monkey showing up saying finally he found Satisfied Channel. When this video is uploaded onto YouTube, I just want you to know that my intro was specifically for people like you. But look at this. Ike has no business looking this cold. I think it's the way that his eyes are drawn in the light novel compared to the anime. Because the anime, he just seems like a soft little shy boy. Not shy, but he's like a little boy, you know? But the light novel art, it's like, fuck. He's almost as tall as Pseudo. He's looking actually pretty good.
Pseudo came to join the basketball club, and the others came to meet girls. They invited Ayanokoji to their group chat, and this made him incredibly happy. But he looked back, and Horikita had disappeared. Didn't face him. He finally had a chance to make friends. Fast forward
with
to
the idiot
next day,
trio.
they had swimming class. All the boys were excited. He can't.
Koenji scene skipped, and technically I should stop the video here because this is chapter 3 content. And you know what? I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna basically do each chapter in specific chunks like this to deliver more content. And remember, I'm gonna react to satisfied content. Just stop fucking crying about it. The reason I'm doing the light novel reading is so that these reactions can be better, so that I don't just sit here going, okay, wow, cool. If you want that, go watch some other motherfuckers. Alright, quick little satisfaction. That was way too fucking fast. I don't have time. Go right into light novel. Enryu. Right, play the fucking soundtrack, baby. Play the soundtrack, baby. Oh, the menacing soundtrack. Okay, we got that. We have Satisfy, chapter 3. I'm glad you're enjoying the light novels. I try to make it as entertaining as possible. Sometimes I hit, sometimes I miss. Hopefully I hit more than I miss. On here, this is I think, guys. I'm just setting some shit up on this side. Let's see. Light novel. We have like about 20 or 30 minutes left of the light novel left for volume 1 anyways. Oh, one little check. Did Neil decide officially delete his magical girls gushing? Yo! Where did it go? Also, I guess he's gonna start Fire Force pretty soon, huh? Dude, I'm so jealous of him and his community. They get to watch fucking shonen shows like Fire Force. Fucking 7 Deadly Sins. Where the fuck are my recommendations for these animes? Why won't you let me watch fucking Black Clover, Hunter x Hunter? What's wrong with you guys? Jesus Christ, the mic just fucking came undone. Hold up, guys, I gotta fix this mic. 1 second. Oh god. Oh. Fuck. Hold on. Oh, I'm fixing it, guys. I'm fixing it, guys. His profile picture? His profile picture is pretty fucking funny, huh? He kind of looks bald there. He straight up does look bald there, huh? Alright, the mic is back. The mic is back. Okay. We're back. But, yo, his gushing over magical girls is gone, dude. What the fuck? I swear to God, it was here yesterday. He doesn't have it anymore. He cosplays Miyamoto too. Yeah, Baldy. He cosplayed as a Baldy. Okay. Light novel, Classroom of the Elites, Volume 1. No, Mike-kun is fine. Don't worry, Mike-kun is fine. Mike-kun is fine. Let's get the subtitles up. We're gonna try to get it to what's it called? 1.25 speed, right? Playback speed 1.25. There we go. Volume check.
She'd scored in the 40-point range.
Right. We're talking about how Suzume intentionally dropped her English score to try to get the average for Pseudo to be lowered, right? Okay. There we go. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
She could have run the risk of expulsion herself. Why? You said that you hated me. Suda said, don't misunderstand. I did this for my own sake. It was all for nothing, though. I slowly got up from my seat. Where are you going? Ayanokuji, bathroom. With that, I exited and quickly made my way toward the faculty room.
And this is when Pseudo falls in love, right?
I wondered if Chayabashira-sensei had already arrived. As I thought that, I caught her staring out the window into the first-floor hallway, almost as if she were waiting for someone. Ayanokuji.
Ayanokuji! Oh shit, yo, we're about to get a Chabashira and Ayanokuji scene in the rooftop. So there's a lot of these one-on-one scenes in the anime from Ayanokuji and Chabashira that they actually do focus on. They don't cut it out. They always include it, meaning these things are pretty important.
Class will begin any minute, you know, she said. Sensei, would it be all right if I asked you one question? One question? Is that why you went to the trouble of chasing after me? I'm curious about something. First it was Horikita, now you. What in the world is it? Do you think that today's Japanese society is fair? What an incredible...
Did we ask Chabashira this in the rooftop? Because what I remember from the anime, right? In the anime rooftop scene where Koji and Chabashira talks for the first time, it's like debating. No. It's like asking for points, right? Weren't we bribing her here? We straight up bribe her. What did we bribe her for? More questions? More point. I forget exactly what we bought with the points here, actually.
Change in topic. So sudden. 2. Is there some special meaning behind this question? It's very important. I would like your opinion. If you're asking for my personal opinion, then, no, of course not. The world isn't fair, not even the slightest bit. I see. I feel the same way. I think that equality is a fiction. So, did you chase after me merely to ask that question? If that's all, then I'll be going. 1 week.
Why does Anakoji start the light novel and end the volume 1 with the same question about equality? He talks about it to kind of prove that like equality doesn't exist. I agree. Equality definitely doesn't exist. You can try to be as equal as possible, but again, I tell you guys, the thing that pretty much like differentiates whether you're gonna be successful or not successful in terms of today's society, capitalism, monetary worth, right? The most significant factor about this is your spawn points. Where you're born. Did you get born in fucking North America as like an heir to a fucking conglomerate? Or did you get born in some fucking third world country where the living conditions are poor, right? You cannot say that these two people are equal off the bat. And no, and I'm not saying the person born in the unfortunate situation is worse for that. I'm saying it's just bullshit RNG spawn point. You can't do anything about it.
Ago, when you told us that the test's material had changed, you also said something like I forgot to inform you. Because of that forgetfulness, we were notified of the change 1 week after the other classes.
This bitch was scheming, right? Well, I think that Chabashira doesn't care because she cared too much in the past about other class 1Ds, right? But they all failed. So at a certain point, she became very jaded. Didn't even try to bother to even put in the effort anymore. Because the more she puts in effort, the more that she'll get hurt when 1D eventually fucks off again, right? But now, even though she's basically not trying at all, Koji's kind of carrying this class, right? So she's probably thinking this is very interesting.
Had already been informed. Yes, I said as much back in the faculty room. What of it? Every class got the same questions, the points were reflected in the same way for everyone, and every class faced the same threat of expulsion. However, Class D was compelled to test under unfair conditions. Are you saying that you can't accept what happened? But it's an excellent example of how unfair the world is. In fact,
this shit is so unfair. Chabashira literally could have told us everything and could have helped us, but she didn't. She's like, just figure it out yourselves, you fucking idiots. You fucking morons. If you can't, then you're not worth being here. That's her entire mentality. She's like, I shouldn't have to tell you this shit. You guys should be able to read between the lines and read my mind and figure out what's going on. It's like, bro, are you... Come on. They're in D class for a reason. They can't do shit.
Fact, you could call it a microcosm of our unfair society. Certainly, society is not equal, no matter how idealistic you try to be. However, we are human beings, living things that can think. What are you trying to say? I'm saying that we should strive for equality, at least a little. I see. Whether or not you true.
That's Koji saying that? Koji is saying we should strive for equality, at least a little? Is this actually Koji's... I can't really tell who's talking here.
Forgot to tell us, or if it was an intentional slip, isn't really the issue. The fact...
That's really interesting. How he says that we should strive for equality. That says a lot about his character. I'm not really sure what it's saying, right? But he wants equality. Huh.
Remains that one person is now being expelled from this school because of those unfair conditions. So, what do you want me to do? That's why I'm here. I would like to undertake the appropriate steps to meet with the school, the direct cause of this inequality, to tell them you disagree. I just want to confirm with the appropriate people that they believe the school made the correct judgment. That's unfortunate. What you've said isn't wrong, but I can't allow you to do that. Sadu will be expelled. That decision cannot be overturned at this stage. Give up.
At this stage? But what if we use our points to bribe you?
She'd ignored my point, but her words remained logical, as I'd anticipated. Her words always held some hidden meaning. You said it cannot be overturned at this stage, which means there may be a way to
No, I know about the point system, but there's multiple different instances where Chabashira intentionally keeps information away, specifically with the amount of things that are being questioned, like in the tests too. And then we have to confront her, and then she's like, oh yeah, the study material. I forgot to tell you, they changed. Sorry about that. It's like, what the fuck, bitch? You could have told us that way earlier. But again, she wants us to figure it out without any fucking hints. It's just like, no, you should just figure it out. If you can't, then you just die.
Return the decision. Ayanokuji. I
Ayanokuji.
regard. I've thought so since assigning this test. Obtaining the old test problems was certainly one correct solution. Such a notion goes beyond the range of what many would have considered. Furthermore, you distributed the old test problems to everyone in class and raised the average scores.
She knows immediately? but we try to, you know, like Kushida do it, right? But I guess you kind of read beyond that.
I have to praise such a logical decision. Honestly, you did very well. Kushida was the one who obtained the programs and distributed them. I didn't really do anything.
Chabs
I understand
knew.
why you don't want word to get out. But don't forget that there are senior...
You do? Wait, she understands
I
why?
didn't really do anything. I understand why
She understands why we're trying to stay down low? Wait?
you don't want word to get out. But don't forget that there are senior students, too. I already know that you contacted a third-year student. Apparently,
3D.
my actions were more conspicuous than I'd thought. However, despite your bold move in obtaining those questions...
How does she even hear about that rumor? The networking for Chabs, the teachers, it kind of extends quite far, huh? They just know. Yeah, all transactions are monitored by the school. That's right. The point system, there does leave a fucking record. So I guess they could kind of do a little audit, but it's not going to say transaction, X amount of points. The reason for transaction? Cheating with old exam scores. They're not going to say that, right? It's just a fucking, probably a hex code with fucking, you know, transaction of a student ID one to another. You have to understand, okay, why did Ayano Koji fucking buy, you know, sell points to a fucking 3D? So, like, how would you know that, you know? It's like,
questions, you made a mistake in the end. That's why your plan failed. If Suda had memorized the material more thoroughly, he wouldn't have failed in any subject, right? Honestly, why don't you just give up and let Suda get tossed out? Wouldn't things be easier in the future, honestly?
Is Chabs, like, testing us here? About, like even right now, she's confronting us with the idea of, just fuck Sadu. Sadu sucks. Why do you need Sadu? You don't need him. Yeah, it'll be easier. But we know that the school doesn't grade us just in academics. And in the future, his athletic abilities will be very beneficial, right? So is Chabs, like, intentionally saying this shit to see if Ayano Koji will realize that, no, there's value in Sadu? Not right now, but in the future, right? She's kind of testing us. She's just kind of fucking with us. Yeah? Okay.
You're probably right. However, I decided to lend a hand. I suppose it's too early for me to give up. I've one thing left to try. I took my student ID card out of my pocket. What are you planning? Please sell me 1 point that I can apply to Sadu's English test.
Here we go.
Shiro-sensei's eyes widened, and then she laughed.
So was she waiting for Koji to fucking bribe her this entire time? He's like, come on, Koji. You should know by now you can do anything with points. So come on, just throw me a little money, huh? Just throw me a little money. And also, the teachers, do they have points too? Like, the shit that they can buy on campus for the teachers, like, do they all buy with their own point system? The teachers also have their own salary, right? Which should be through the points. So, like, Ayano Koji, like, I don't know, sending points to Chabashira, it's like a little side hustle? How does it work? I don't know, because they have, like, a regular salary, but is that, like, also just points to live in the school? I'm not really sure how the teacher's economy works.
Laughed loudly. Ha 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 ha. That's rather interesting.
Ha 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 ha.
Sensei's eyes widened, and then she laughed loudly.
I don't want you to say it if it's spoilers. Most of the questions I ask are rhetorical.
Ha 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 ha. That's a rather interesting idea. You really are a different kind of student. I never imagined you'd try to buy points. You said so the day we were admitted, didn't you, Sensei? You said that we can buy anything with our points.
Anything.
The midterm test is just one more thing at this school. After all, I see. You certainly could view it that way. However, do you even have enough money on hand to afford it? Well, how much does one test point cost?
Can you use points to get someone expelled? I'm not talking about buying a student that got expelled back. I'm saying, like, straight up, here's 100 million points. I want this motherfucker gone. That'd be kind of unfair, but you can buy anything with points, right? You should be, right? It'd be kind of cheating, huh? Because I'm trying to, like, metagame this right now, just to think about, like, what can we do with points and immediately get to the point, right? So it's like, all right, Nagumo, you motherfucker. You want to do this? All right, 300 million points. Get him out of here, but probably not. And then what if Nagumo's like, 300? I got 400 million from all the second years. Get him expelled instead. No, if you do that, the power scaling of what you can do with the points becomes a little bit obscure, huh?
Now, that's a rather difficult question, isn't it? I've never been asked to sell test points before. Let's see. Seeing as how this is a special occasion, I'll sell a test point for the exceptional price.
What if Ayano Koji uses his points to forever stay in the classroom of the elite? Because technically, this is a safe place. Technically, this is everything he wants and more. He doesn't even give a fuck about the school. The only reason he's here is to get away from his dad, and so that nobody from the outside can contact him. That's the only reason he's here. So it's in his best interest to stay at the school forever. So could he continue to use the points to stay another year, you know, and fucking... don't spoil me, but this is like the super senior, you know? The person that never fucking graduates. He's just always there, dude.
Of 100,000 points. You're cruel, Sensei. Everyone at this school had spent at least some of their points. Absolutely no one had 100,000 to spare. I'll pay, too, someone said behind me.
Suzune!
I found Horikita standing there. Horikita. I said, hey, just as I thought. You two are interesting. Chayabashira Sensei took my student ID card. Then she took Horikita's. Fine. I accept your deal. I'll sell you
100k gone right here. Just for one fucking point for Sadu. 100,000 points, man. Goddamn. And like, think about this. 6 hours before, you know, in the beginning of the light novel, Ike and Yamauchi fucking, they just dropped 100k so easily. Same with Hondo. These idiots, they could have fucking used their points right now, but you know, they're too stupid to save them up. It's alright.
1 point to apply to Sadu's test.
I will never listen to Volume 0 until it's been adapted in an anime. That is pure spoiler territory. That is White Room content that I have no business being aware of. Absolutely not.
Taking a combined total of 100,000 points from you both. As for the matter of Sadu's expulsion, you can inform the class that's no longer the case. Is that okay? You promised to pay me 100,000 points. There's nothing more to be done. Chayabashira Sensei seemed simultaneously exasperated and amused. Horikita, do you understand how talented Ayanokuji is? At least somewhat. I wonder. When I look at him, all I see is...
Hey, we're saying this in front of Ayanokuji? Hey, Suzune, do you know how talented and gifted this guy right beside you is? Not you, I'm talking about Ayanokuji.
a disagreeable student. What do you mean, disagreeable? I asked. You get low scores on purpose when you could easily score higher. You were the one who came up with the idea of getting the old test problems.
Oh, wait. At what point does Suzune realize that Ayanokuji actually is the mastermind? Because in Volume 1, Suzune thought that Ayanokuji was her pet, you know? Suzune thought that, oh, Ayanokuji, you're my tool. And Ayanokuji's like, sure, whatever, I'll just make you feel like you're using me, but in fact, I'm the one using you. I think soon, right? Because now Chayabashira is like, yo, the boy beside you is pretty much orchestrating this entire thing. Do you realize how important this character is? Suzune's probably starting to realize, right? It's just like, hold up. Yeah, you're kind of right. He is cooking.
But you gave Kashida-san the credit. You were even crazy enough to buy test points. I don't think that you're special or just deviate from the norm. I think you're disagreeable. So, she'd heard how I got the old test questions, too. Perhaps the pair of you really can reach the higher level classes. Chayabashira-sensei said. I don't know about him, but I most definitely will. No one from Class D.
I don't know about Koji, but well, Koji doesn't really have that much motivation to get to Class A. She's just helping Suzune, but damn, she's still looking down on us.
Had ever been promoted before. The school has already labeled you defective and will coldly toss you aside. How will you accomplish your goal? If I may, Sensei. Horikita unwaveringly returned Chayabashira-sensei's gaze. Honest.
Return Chayabashira-sensei's gaze.
But I most definitely will. No one from Class D had ever been promoted before. The school
ever?
has already labeled you defective.
So, in the history of this school, Class D, not a single person has ever been promoted before. Not in first year, not in second year, not in third year. If you're in D, you're there to rot forever. There's never been a single Class D that's ever been promoted. Never. That's huge. Because the revelations in Season 3 in the bus saying, hey, you're Class 1C now. That's fucking insane. This is a monumental moment for the school, right? Shouldn't it be like a way bigger deal?
And will coldly toss you aside. How will you accomplish your goal? If I may, Sensei. Horikita unwaveringly returned Chayabashira-sensei's gaze. Honestly, maybe the students in Class D are defective. However, that doesn't mean they're trash.
They said never been promoted, right? But we are talking in the context of getting to Class A. Maybe it's the Class A, but it'd be more impressive if Class D never fucking was able, you know?
What's the difference between a defective product and trash? The difference is paper thin. However,
A defective product and trash. Okay, I'll tell you the difference. A defective product is Ayanokoji or Suzune, right? They're perfect because they have very good, capabilities. Suzune is objectively very smart, and she's objectively very calculating. And Cole, I'm trying to say the good things about her. She's smart. She knows what to do, right? That's the good thing about her. On paper, she should be Class A material, but the defect is, she doesn't know the social game. She really sucks with everyone else. And you can't just get carried by pure academics here, right? We know this from Yukimura Keisei too. He has no athletic abilities. Every one of these fuckers, they excel in a specific thing, but they have many different things that, puts them down in Class D. That's defect. Now, trash is like, you have nothing going for you. Fucking nothing. And perhaps the perfect character for this is Hondo. What the fuck is Hondo doing, bro? What the fuck is Hondo doing? I have no clue what this character Hondo is about. Hirata's defect? That's spoilers. But if he is the, what's it called? The Joker of Hearts, right? And he's seemingly this really popular, handsome-looking guy. He's got some serious problems, dude. Something about him, there's something fucked in his head that we don't know yet. We'll get to see pretty soon. But Hirata, his secrets, the fucking ending card, the Joker of the Hearts, right? The Heart of Jokers. This dude is also probably super fucked in the head.
With repairs, a defective product may become a superior article. I see.
That's right. Defective product could become a superior article if you get rid of the defect, but a trash remains trash.
Say it like that. Horikita, I admit it sounds oddly persuasive. I shared that opinion, and found Horikita's words to be quite meaningful. Horikita, who had previously looked down upon others and thought of them as baggage, was changing. Of course, nothing was that simple. Though you could just barely glimpse the change from the outside, it was actually a major transformation. A faint
She's
smile
growing already.
Bashira-sensei's lips, as if she also had noticed it. Well, I look forward to seeing what you do next. As your homeroom teacher, I'll be sure to watch over you with great attention and care. With that
great attention and care, my fucking ass. You're gonna put the least amount of effort in. You ain't gonna help us for shit. You're gonna expect us to read your fucking mind. Then you're gonna call us dumb when we get hit in the back of the head with a fucking steel chair again because you didn't prevent what could have been prevented.
Bashira-sensei headed toward the faculty room.
Alright, bye, Chavs.
In the hall. Well, let's head back. Class will be starting soon, I said. Ayanokuji-kun.
Ayanokuji-kun.
Chopped me in the side. What was that for? For whatever. She left me as I clutched my sides in agony. Geez, what a bothersome bothersome person. With that thought, I decided to chase after her. Chapter 12. Victory
Chapter 12.
Celebration. Cheers. I shouted joyfully and toasted with a
party. Yo, this should be at Koji's place, right? Because in season 1, they always have the habit of crashing at Koji's place. And Koji's like, why is it in my room again?
The former Association of Failures had convened once again. Liberated from our studies, we were all overjoyed that no one had been expelled.
Let's go.
Everyone smiled. Well, except for Horikita. We'd shared our burdens, and together, we'd overcome the challenge. Perhaps that was the point of being young. I guess if you ignored the one dark spot, this wasn't terrible. What's with the long face? Ayanokuji, Sadu wasn't expelled. Everything's fine now, right? I don't particularly mind that you're holding a celebration party, but why are you holding it in my room?
Yeah, right over here. Why are you holding it in my room, right? This is in the anime multiple times. They always team up. They always meet up at Ayanokoji's room, which is kind of cute, It's nice that Koji could live a little bit of, I don't know, a normal semblance of a high school life of, friends hanging out in his dorm. They're not really friends, but you know.
Sadus and Yamokis, and we can't go to a girl's room, right? I mean, yeah, I would have loved going to Kashida-chan's room. But your spectacularly plain and empty room is the best option. It's only been 2
Spectacularly plain and empty room is the best option. Nice.
months since school started. I think it'd be weird to have a lot of stuff. Aside from daily necessities, I didn't really need anything. What do you think, Kashida-chan? I think it's fine here. It's simple, but it feels nice and clean, right? Man,
okay.
It must be nice to have Kashida-chan praise you. Ha 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 ha.
Ike, right?
Grudgingly pushed me, all things considered, though, that midterm...
Don't worry, in about 2 or 3 more volumes, right? Ike should be at the point where he goes up to Kushida and says, Kikyo-chan!
And was dangerous. If we hadn't put the study group together, I would have been fine. But Ike and Sadu would have definitely gotten kicked out, huh?
Yeah.
You were close to getting expelled, too, No.
Wait, did Yamauchi just say that?
Was dangerous. If we hadn't put the study group together, I would have been fine.
If we haven't put this sounds like some shit Yamauki would say. If we haven't put the study group together, I would have been fine. But Ike and Sadu would have been done. That sounds like a Yamauki thing to say right now.
But Ike and Sadu would have definitely gotten kicked out, huh? You were close to getting expelled, too, you know. No.
Yamauki.
No, I could have gotten a perfect score.
Yamauki.
If I was serious about...
Yamauki saying that he could have gotten a perfect score if he got serious. Or are we talking about Aina Koji because he also hit 50 all the time? I'm not really sure. This should be Yamagod.
Really? Everything was thanks to Horikita-san's efforts. She tutored Ike.
I'm not really sure. She tutored. Jesus Christ, subs. I'm not really sure. Is this Koji? This could be actually Koji too. I'm not sure. Koji or Yamagod? It sounds like something Yamagod would say. I don't think Koji would ever flex like that. Koji would never flex and say I could get a perfect score.
Yamauki and Sadu. Horikita sat outside the circle.
Yeah, I think that's
quietly
Yamauki.
reading a novel. When we said her name, she bookmarked her page and looked up. I did it for my own sake. If someone had been expelled, Class D's evaluation would have worsened. Just say that you didn't want us to get expelled. Even if it's a lie, we'd like you better. It'd be fine with me if you didn't. Well, her attitude remained unchanged, but simply participating in this gathering was a sign of her progress. The old Horikita most definitely would not have come.
Yeah, she's hanging
I
out.
guess. But you're a surprisingly good person, Horikita, replied Sadu. Since Horikita had apologized to Sadu, he'd completely stopped antagonizing her before. He'd said
They're
she was
lovers
a bad
now.
person, but people could change. Anyway, why did Chayabashira-sensei change her mind about expelling Sadu-kun? I wondered about that, too. What?
She changed her mind because it was just a test. Just to test Aina Koji. Are you really that competent? You know that Sadu getting gone, getting rid of him would be easier. But we know that he has different values. And she's testing to see, Aina Koji, do you understand? That saying Sadu here right now is the right choice? But she's like questioning, right?
What kind of sorcery did you use, Horikita-chan? I don't really remember.
Points.
It's
Bribe.
A secret. Ike tumbled over in an exaggerated fashion. Even though we managed to make it through the midterm, we shouldn't lose our heads. Our next...
We never told them. Sadu has no idea why he's even here still. He has no clue we spent 100k points for him.
Challenge is the final exam.
This fucking guy.
We should expect those questions to be even more difficult than the ones today. In addition, we still need to find a way to increase our points. Do we really need to start this hellish cramming all over again? This sucks. Still on the floor, Ike buried his head in his hands. Don't you think that if we start right now, it won't be hellish? No.
Not right now. Come on.
That.
One
I
rest
don't
day.
understand this school at all. I don't get the class divisions, the point system, anything. Points. I want points. Living in poverty really sucks. After Ike and Yamauki had used up all of their points, they had to resort to living off the school's free offering.
Oh no, they've been eating only the shitty ass free vegetable lunch, bro. The fucking class 3D has to eat.
Hey, Horikita-san. Do you think it'll be really difficult to get more points? We tried so hard on the midterm that they'll definitely give us some points, right? Did you not see Class D's average score? We were the lowest of all of the classes by far. If you think that we'll get points for that, then I think you need to open your eyes. Horikita spoke the truth without mercy, without sugarcoating
It's kind of true.
Then we're not getting any points next month, either.
But we need like a special exam or something, we need some kind of event to get us the points, but right now it's looking pretty bad.
I think you should learn to live a more modest life and give up on points. Don't worry, Ike-kun. We may not get any points right now, but surely we'll get some soon. Right, Horikita-san? I wonder about that. Can I say something? We're all friends here. After all, Horikita-san, Aina Koji-kun, and I are all working together to get into
Yeah, we're
Class A.
totally friends.
If you're okay with it,
Sure.
I want you three to help us, Kushida said. Get into Class A? Are you serious? Ike said. Yes, I absolutely am. Increasing our points is an inevitable part of getting to the top.
I mean, EK's kind of down, right? He wants that money, he wants that points, but it's hilarious, right? To think that these fucking idiots can get to Class A.
Top as well, but isn't the idea of reaching Class A kind of ridiculous? They're all smart, right?
Yeah.
It'd be impossible for us.
What does that imply? You just straight up saying I'm dumb as fuck? They're all smart. It's impossible for us.
To win against those guys by studying. When you considered their average test scores, everyone in that class was probably on Horikita's level. Studying isn't the sole factor in deciding who goes into what class, though, right?
That's right.
But if you
Different things
can't
are
study at
tested.
all, then moving up is out of the question. The three least academically gifted people averted their eyes and whistled.
The narration here is so fucking hilarious whenever they describe Yamauki, Ike, and Sadu. Every time, the idiot trio, the three that failed, The most academically ungifted people averted their eyes. Like, it's like this is from Ana Koji's like narration, right? But like their description of the idiot trio is so savage.
Nonchalantly, we're still far from our goal, but we can do it if we all work together. I know it. What makes you so sure? What makes me sure? Well, you know what they say, a single arrow is easily broken, but not 10 in a bundle.
That's right. Monkey alone, weak. But monkey together, strong.
I think that even if you bundled these 10 together, they'd still break. Horikita said.
We need 100.
Well, how about this? 3
We need
hits are
100.
better than 1, or something like that. Kushida said, I guess if you combined all 3 of their test scores, you'd get 1 normal person's.
Kushida coming out with fucking no words. He just straight up Kushida's like, if you combine all 3, then it could barely be 1 normal person's score. Jesus Christ, girl.
Grade. Every time Kushida tried to raise the 3 up, Horikita would knock them back down.
That's raising up? That's raising up? It's a straight roast session from both sides.
What an amazing pair. If we keep going back and forth like this, though, we won't get anywhere. It's definitely better for us to get along. I suppose that, logically, you're right? Horikita didn't try to argue further. At any rate, if we wanted to move up, we'd need to get along with as many of our classmates as possible. We gained nothing by fighting one another, so that's why I'd like to ask the 3 of you to help us. Gladly, replied Ike and Yamoki.
Sorry guys, there's some illustrations we're missing out. One of the last illustrations of volume 1 right over here, right? Look at this. I think we've already done all the art covers, right? Yeah, we've already done all the art covers. And we've already done all this. Ichinose's name in the fucking light novel audiobook here is ridiculous. I don't even remember still. I just remember it being fucking crazy. But this is the scene right now where we're all chilling in Koji's room, drinking Pepsi, right? Having fun, hanging out, being high school kids.
Well, if Horikita asked me to help, I would, I guess. Sadu tried to hide his embarrassment when he spoke. I never wanted your help, Sadu-kun. Besides, I have a hard time imagining how you'll be useful in the first place. GRR, I just thought I'd try to be nice, is all. And, you were trying to be nice? I'm surprised. Unsurprisingly, Sadu looked angry, but it didn't seem like he was going to raise his fist. Wow, he was making progress, too. You're a really annoying
Everybody's
girl,
developing.
he said. Thank you. I appreciate your words of praise. You are not cute at all, lady. You say that, but how do you really feel?
Are we fighting again?
Teased Ike. Sadu instantly glared at Ike and put him in a headlock. Ow, ow, ow. Stop. If you say anything
No, we're
else,
just
I'm
fighting
going
for
to strangle
fun.
you. Why you already are strangling me? Jeez. I give. Horikita sighed deeply. Her eyes seemed to ask, is this male bonding? In this school,
Yeah.
ability is paramount. I'm positive that our competition will grow even more severe moving forward. If you say you'll work with us, know that you can't do so half-heartedly. Otherwise you'll be a burden. Well, if it comes down to physical ability, leave it to me.
That's
I
right,
have
Pseudo's
serious
good for that.
basketball and fighting skills. I really can't expect anything from you.
We haven't really utilized his basketball skills yet, right? I don't think there's been an exam where basketball skills were kind of put to the test, but the sports festival should have been where he popped up, but we just all took an L on that one too, actually.
Tool ability was paramount. Huh? I felt my chest tighten. We'd been isolated from the world and now thrust into this situation. Perhaps we were cursed. Horikita seriously planned on getting into Class A.
Yeah?
Her will was unshakable.
For Nissan.
However, our path out of Class D would not be an easy one, considering our current performance. It was hard to imagine us even reaching Class C. What should we do from here? I imagined that things would turn out as they should. For the time being, I'd do my best.
We need to set up a framework. We need to unite the girls too. Kay needs to get involved, but this is technically Season 2 content. We don't really do anything with that. But technically, a lot of the shit from Season 1 anime, Suzuki took a lot of the roles away from Kay. So I'm actually excited to see what those scenes will be. So Kay will get the spotlight already, huh?
At the very least, though. I wouldn't mind seeing Horikita smile. Postscript. I sincerely apologize for the long silence. This is Kin.
Postscript. Wait. At the very least, I wouldn't mind seeing...
Horikita smile.
We see Suzuki smile in the pool episode, but that's not even... Like, that shit was supposed to be what Kay was doing, right? Alright, we got the postscript here. I think this is the final thing from the author.
Postscript. I sincerely apologize for the long silence. This is Kin Yugasa Ugo. It's a...
Thank you, Kin Yugasa. So basically, the name right over here, right? Story by Shiogo Kinugasa. Interesting. And then there's a different artist too. There's their pen names.
Pleasure to meet you. I wrote this story about a year ago. Classroom of the Elite came out
Okay.
of my transition from student to adult, and because I wanted to tackle a challenging subject. When I think back to my student days, I recall everyone continuously telling me that I had to study if I wanted to get into a good university.
Yeah, pretty much. You're born into life, and the only thing you're told growing up is study hard so you can go to a good university, so you can get a good job. Which is objectively correct, but at the same time, it's not that simple, you know?
If I wanted to get a job in a good field, if I wanted to have a good life. Recently, I've had my dad.
Right? It's like, what is the definition of a good job? Good field, good life, right? Sure, you can bust your ass fucking slaving away, studying shit you don't like, so you can go to a good school, so you can study hard to get a job that you don't really care about to get the good money. But like, money doesn't solve anything at the end. It doesn't. Money is important. Money pays the bills. Money allows you to fucking exist. But at a certain point, you start asking yourself, what the fuck am I doing with my life? Every day is passing by. I'm spending every single day doing the same shit, unfulfilling things, living and working for someone else's dreams. What the fuck am I doing? Right? These are the things they don't teach you or tell you when they tell you, you just study hard, go to a good school.
Doubts as to whether that advice was actually correct. Unfortunately, I've gone astray and leapt into a world far different from the one that my family and peers imagined for me.
Yeah, he's fucking making Classroom of the Elite a Giga Chat series. He created art because he decided, fuck that normie life, and he's living his own dreams, creating art, creating something that he wants to do, right? I think that's great. I don't think that's going astray. I think he's actually on the right path.
Of course, studying is important, and there's no doubt that it is useful for a person's future. But I believe that academics aren't everything. For an
True.
easy example, sports
True.
are often part of an academic curriculum. Many people participate in sports. Everyone's personality is unique, though. A child who has a talent for drawing might become an illustrator, or someone with a comedic gift might become an entertainer. Besides
Maybe.
academics and sports, there are a near infinite variety of callings and professions that suit all different types of people. When I started thinking about this, I began to consider those regrets that adults face for the first time. I thought,
You know what those regrets are? It's the regret of, holy shit, you wake up and suddenly you're like in your late 20s, or you're like in your 30s, or maybe you're in your 40s, and you wake up beside a wife that you don't really like because you settled for her because it was a safe decision. Then you have a bunch of kids that you gotta fucking take care of, go work in a fucking job that you don't really like, to pay the bills for a fucking house that you never really wanted. All these different things that society just pushes onto you, and you wake up with regrets. That's why I feel like you should chase your dreams. No matter what. I feel like everybody owes it to themselves to do something that they want to do. At least chase after. That pursuit of chasing after your dreams is so fulfilling. I cannot describe to you in any other words than that. It's like, again, a lot of people just feel like they have to live in this like fixed box that society gives to us, you know? But you have to realize that a life outside that box can exist too. It's just a little bit scary because, you know, if you don't study hard, you might not get a good job and go to a good school, then you're gonna be homeless and you're gonna die. But it's like, well, kind of, not really. You know, you should get your foundations set so you can pay the bills and you're somewhat stable. But after that, I feel like everybody owes it to themselves to try something new. You know, try to think about all the dreams that you had as a kid. These voices kind of gets drowned out. These like dreams, hopes, goals in life. When you're young, you're so idealistic. You have all these different imaginations and possibilities. But as you grow up, you get some responsibilities. You got fucking bills to pay. You got expectations to meet in school, you know? If you don't do well, you might get cut. You got fucking family obligations, friends, other relationships you got to maintain. Many different things. And you get older and older, and then it's expected that you're already dating someone and you're supposed to start a family and you're supposed to have a house and all these different bullshit things that life ties down to you. You start to forget this voice. You can't really hear the kid in you anymore. And that's when people become zombies. Every day becomes the same shit, and people try to just like cope and say, it is what it is. And you know what? Maybe it is what it is. And not everyone is going to be able to, you know, live their dreams. I probably won't be too. But it's not really about like the destination. It's all about that pursuit of feeling like I'm working towards something, right? It's not about this end goal of being successful in whatever you deem as successful. It's more about living every day, waking up, feeling you have like a purpose, not for the sake of school, not for the sake of work, but you wake up because you want to do something. And if you have that, I think life is so much better. But if you don't have that, you're just a fucking zombie, in my opinion.
If only I'd done this and started to regret my past later.
That's right.
These
If
ideas
only.
have been constantly on my mind. Now, I'd like to list some acknowledgements. Tomos Shunsaku-sama.
What he said right over here, if only I tried, this is the exact same thing that I told myself, right? Before I started the YouTube channel, I straight up asked myself, it's like, all right, well, how likely is it that I'm going to be successful on YouTube? Like, everybody fucking makes content, but even the most talented and the most gifted gets overlooked because it's all luck at the end of the day, right? But I told myself still, if I don't do this now, I feel like in 5-10 years, I'll wake up and I'll feel like I have so many regrets. Asking myself, what if, right? What if I just tried that at that time? Would my life be different now, right? That's what I told myself, and I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just try it. Let's just fucking do it.
On my mind. Now, I'd like to list some acknowledgements. Tomos Shunsaku-sama. Thank
Artist.
you so much for working
Illustrator?
with me time and time again. The male characters you draw are so wonder. No,
EK.
I should say I give you my sincerest thanks because you draw both male and female characters that simply overflow with charm. I
EK.
will always make sure to show you how appreciative and thankful I am for your help. I sincerely look forward to working with you in the future. We should really go out to get some yakiniku soon. My treat.
Yakiniku, basically like really nice meat.
One of those
Japanese
cheap
barbecue.
all-you-can-eat places. My editor, Isama. Thank you.
One of those cheap all-you-can-eat places? Well, come on.
You so much for going over my writing. Though I've placed many burdens upon you with my previous work, I am sincerely grateful for all the effort you've put in, especially when this took a rather long time to complete. Huh? You say to knock it off and pat you a break? Ha ha ha. What a great joke. We have a long, long way to go. A one-way ticket all the way to the depths of hell. At least we're falling together, right? Finally, there is you.
It's not the depth of hell. They're going to the stairway to heaven, baby. They're fucking killing it. And this is just volume 1, right? He fucking wrote all this, right? He's a hentai illustrator. Smart. You should hire hentai illustrators because they're good at fucking drawing. But so the postscript of this from the author, he's saying this before he had all the success, right? Right now, he's like a nobody, right? He just put this out there and he just released it. And he's just writing his postscript, hoping that it'll do well, huh? So these are the humble beginnings. These are the humble thoughts of a new person coming into this game, writing his first Classroom V Volume 1, not expecting success, not expecting anything. He's just putting it out there. This is actually so cool, huh? To listen to the words of a guy that is just about to fucking pop off, huh?
The reader, because you're holding this book, you could say that in some sense you play a part in its central theme.
Huh.
While I'm incredibly grateful to you more than anyone, I think we can conclude this volume here. It's already the spring of 2015, but, as usual, my physical health is hardly perfect. I continue my
hope he continues
long-standing
healthy.
battle with insomnia, but I'll keep doing my best not to lose.
And ladies and gentlemen, just like that, we have finished almost 7 hours of Classroom of the Elite Volume 1 audiobook. And you know what? We're gonna get right into Volume 2. That's right. I plan on listening to this audiobook every fucking morning so that we can get caught up to Season 3 content and cover material that otherwise I wouldn't be able to cover because I just don't have the knowledge or make it entertaining. And that is the plan with these streams for the next about 3 months. It probably might even go over beyond that. But that's about for me, guys. I have some videos to release, but I don't have it prepared yet, which I need to go do right now and upload the thumbnails and stuff. So this is the end of the stream. Don't worry, I'll be back tonight in about 9 hours. What we're gonna watch? Level 99 Villainous. What are we gonna watch? Tensura, and then Skimichi Moonlit Fantasy. We're starting a new community series, so hope to see you guys there. Follow the Twitch stream. If you don't have Discord, I'll give you the Discord right now. There's no rules. The only rule is don't post explicit porn because kids exist there, and don't be stupid, okay? There's a Discord. Have a good morning, good afternoon, good night wherever you guys are. And until next time, take care, guys. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. See you tonight.